What's good? Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, A Side Official. You already know what it is. WCS the first in the building. Just wanted to drop in here. First off, to those of you that's in the workforce, I want to wish y'all a wonderful week. Be safe out there. For those of you that's going out there and putting those hours in on the clock, you know what I'm saying? Times are tough for a lot of people, but those of you that has employment, man, shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Word has came out, of course, recently that via the Rize podcast, you know, those guys from B More, you know, a lot of those coaches from B More over there, Baltimore. And we was pretty much believing that Frank Martin and Javonte Davis was going to happen because Frank Martin said, hold on for a second. Via the Rise podcast, they pretty much, you know, we thought as boxing fans that happen sometime soon, maybe mid-year, right? But Calvin Ford was on the Rise podcast and he said the fight isn't happening, and PBC haven't even mentioned it yet. You know what I'm saying? All this talk, this and that, and sparring and all this, and you know, Tank from what Calvin Ford was talking about is still wanting certain specifics. Tank is not playing around with his money. He wants certain specifics or whatever those details are. And you know what? The fight ain't going down right now. Maybe it's a money issue. You know what I'm saying? But there was a lot of talk out here already that potentially this fight may not happen because of that. But Calvin Ford mentioned it via Rise Podcast that this is definitely the case. This is definitely true. You know what I'm saying? The fight isn't happening. So we don't know when we're going to see Tank this year. You know, we don't know when next time we're going to see him in the ring. So pretty much we should start talking about something else other than him fighting Frank Martin, because it's not in existence. You know what I'm saying? It was just good for talking points. And, you know, they pretty much mentioned that, yeah, PBC hasn't quite mentioned that it's not happening yet. And they may never mention it. You know, but his coach did. His coach put it out there that the fight isn't happening. Shout out to ILTBA. Boxing Talk in the building. What's good, man? Salute. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that IO for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to, Coach Calvin was trying to make it seem like it's some fine details or something. Maybe have to deal with his purse. You know, it can't be the location because pretty much these boxers fight at the same location. You know, if they want all the big money, it's either Vegas or NYC. But I thought for sure this fight was going to jump off this year. I thought for sure we was going to get Tank and Frank. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I thought we was going to have something to look forward to mid-year to see these two clash. You know, I hear people out here talking. They up here saying that they believe Frank can go in here and beat Javonte. You know how boxing fans get all bored and they just start coming up with stories. And it can be sci-fi stories or whatever the case. They want to make it seem real, but I wanted to see how he would fare in there. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that I think the fight is off permanently. But based off what Calvin Ford said, he said it ain't happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that bug because they ain't trying to give him those high numbers he's looking for. Hey, peep this out, though. I'm not too mad at Javonte. You know what I'm saying? I know people feel the way they feel about him. But for Tank, if you don't start now trying to demand money that you think you're worth, then when you going to do it? The man's already been on pay-per-view several times. Yeah, his pay-per-view numbers are not registering up there with Floyd Mayweather. We can't use Floyd in a different era as the bar anymore. We can't do that, especially with all these damn consumers streaming the fight and not paying for the pay-per-view. We can't do that. But we do know Tank has did pretty decent with the amount of money that he's been able to receive with fighting the opponents that he selected. Shout out to Superman on deck. Salute. What's good? Hold on for a second, y'all. INO Boxing says Tank will probably fight Rayo or the winner of Rolly Cruz fight. It was wishful thinking. Hopefully, the Tank finally gonna fight a decent opponent. Well, I thought Frank Martin was a decent opponent, and he's at the 135-pound division. I haven't heard anything about Frank moving up to 140 to fight the Rolly, Cruz winner. I mean, those are two opponents that he's already faced. What purpose would that make except to get another belt that he's already had? Yeah, he had the WBA Reggie the first time he went up there and fought Barrios. What purpose will it be for him to get the WBA title again if he don't plan on fighting any of the champions at 140? You know what I'm saying? Those are two opponents that he's beat already. Why would he want to face the winner? And that's all I'm saying. Why would he want to face the winner? It makes no sense to me. Now, wishful thinking, Tank finally fight a decent opponent. I mean, he's fought some decent opponents. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? We got to give Pedraza his credit. We got to give Leo Santa Cruz his credit. You know what I'm saying? We have to give Gamboa his credit. Ricardo Nunez, give him his credit, man. You know what I'm saying? Give Isaac Cruz his credit. Give Ryan Garcia, credit. Rolly Romero, I have to goddamn take a drink on that. I have to take about at least a pint on the empty stomach. Rolly said he was gonna stop Tank in one round. Bet your house on it. And that's why a lot of boxing fans that was on the YTC are still homeless to this day, because they actually believe Rolly. He's been putting in a lot of work, but Al want to pay the peanut prices. I'm quite frustrated with trying to figure out what's going on over there with the numbers. I'm not a numbers guy like that when it comes to this boxing promotional, how they basically delegate the purses and all that shit. I'm not really into that, because the money get funny and the change gets strange, man. Man, what's going on with boxing right now? Like, you don't know what they paying these cats and why they paying them what they paying them. If PBC was highlighted as overpaying their fighters initially, and then people have to understand that Al Heyman was getting a percentage of those high purses that he was giving his fighters now. There's a method to the madness. Now that has basically dried up, they have to come up somehow with their own money. And these fighters are demanding. Gervonta Davis, man, I don't blame him one bit for demanding that money. I don't blame him, man. You know what I'm saying? Pay the man. Gervonta, Tank, he's not even in his 30s yet. And he wants to get paid because Tank said he's not going to be in boxing for a long time. So that is indeed his goal. Man, the only way he's going to fulfill that is stand his ground and demand what he believes he's worth. He is a prize fighter. Tank is a superstar. Period. Whether people like it or not, Tank is a superstar. El Chin Checker himself, he is a superstar in the sport of boxing. People want to see Tank come to the ring and put hands on somebody. I don't care if you mad that he ain't fought this person and that person and all that. The same person you want Tank to fight, they haven't fought anybody of notoriety that's on Tank level. Truth be told, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that play out. Tank fighting him would be an easy win in the payday. Tank only fight has been subpar opponents. I don't know about subpar, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he fought Jokic Gamboa for the vacant at 135 when he initially moved up. Okay? I mean, but you got to look at it like this too. What was going on at 135-pound division that Tank didn't want no part of? People have to understand. I don't want to tell you you have to understand, because I believe a lot of you that's listening do understand, right? Because I don't want to tell you y'all don't understand and you need to understand. But when it comes to the business of boxing, man, no one knows what's the index. Like, the index is always changing for different fighters, man, when it comes to the pay scale and how they look at these fighters and everything. You know, the index is never the same. You want to pick up a pamphlet and say, this is the rule book for how you're going to pay these fighters. And then you look at who Tank has fought, and y'all saying it's subpar. Okay, if you say it's subpar, understand one thing. What Tank is doing, I wouldn't say it's wrong. I wouldn't say it's wrong. You know why? Because you heard Spence bring up the 3% for the sanctioning bodies, right? Tank is pretty much proven that he can get the big fights without holding all these scraps, and he's getting paid more than the champions that has the belts. Who's smart? Tell me who's smarter. Because I guarantee you the money that he has in his account will stretch far and longer than any belt that he has in his collection. And yes, he was down there at 135 as the WBA regular champion. And at the end of the day, when all those guys was getting those belts around him, it didn't stop him from registering numbers on pay-per-view. It never stopped it. It never halted his progress. Now, the only reason he's the WBA, because, you know, they elevated him. He said he didn't want it. Tank ain't trying to be, you know, paying all those sanctioning fees and then get put with all these mandatories. He's trying to do what he wants to do. And people look at it for their own personal benefit. You got to look at it from a boxer's benefit, that he's making some very business-oriented decisions. He only has one belt at 135. It's not that he can't get any more, because the belts was vacated and he wasn't trying to, you know, fight for any of those belts. But Tank, appraising value as a fighter is more than these champions at 135 and 140. And they up here collecting belts. Tank, man, I don't have to collect those belts. I can just go in there and fight this person. And that is what it is. So pretty much his badge of honor is his name and his freaking record. That's his badge of honor. Tank Davis, when he's on the fight card, people want to see him fight. And they know he's undefeated. Fighting El Rayo, I don't know if people want to see Tank fight El Rayo. Just based off the fact that he slept Chris Colbert, who we already seen his demise when he stepped in there with Hector Garcia. I mean, come on, man. El Rayo was stopped by Edwin De Los Santos, who lost to Shakur Stevenson. So do we really want to see El Rayo just because he pretty much spoon-fed some NyQuil, force-fed some NyQuil to Chris Colbert? Mr. Big Mouth? I mean, I don't know if he's selling like that. I don't know, man. I don't know if Tank will fight him, but then again, he may fight Rayo. He may fight him. Never know. fighters Tank will fight because they're 50-50 fights. Haney, Shakur, Loma, T.O., Russell, 140. Subriel Matias. Why y'all keep on including 140? Y'all think Tank going to 140? Has he provided any indication that he's going to 140? Seriously. Has he gave any indication? You know what I'm saying? The ones at 140 right now is Haney, Antoine Russell, and Subriel Matias. That's it. And Tio. Those at 140, and they doing their own thing. I haven't heard any one of them even come close to, calling out Tank. You know why? Because they feel like it's going to be difficult to do, to complete negotiations with Tank. Subriel Matias possibly, but Tank haven't showed any signs of wanting to fight him. Loma hasn't showed any signs. Yeah, Shakur and them went back and forth. Okay, Haney, same thing. Antoine Russell, I'm not sure when they're going to let him spread his wings. I hope real soon, man. Lil Santa Cruz getting bored. Subpar opponents, Rolly Cruz, Hector. I mean, I'm not here to debate on what's subpar or not because I don't consider, some of the guys that you have over there as subpar just because they have losses. You know what I'm saying? Just because they have losses. The only person I'm not going to defend on that list is Rolly. You know what I'm saying? You saying the size, you want to include size. Hector Garcia was bigger than Tank. Just because he was a champion at 130 pounds don't mean on fight night that he was smaller than Tank. Tank is not a big fighter. He's not a huge, large size fighter. Rolly was bigger than Tank when he came in there. Rolly looked like he was weighing 154. And he fought Tank at what division? 135. And you saying he was too small? Man, come on, bro. Come on, man. And I don't know. you saying that's a fact of what he said? Come on now. Y'all think Leo Santa Cruz, a 4-weight world champion, is subpar just because in the aftermath of him getting knocked out by Tank? You think he's subpar? Y'all think he's subpar? Shout out to Big Blunts Unboxing on deck. What's good with it? The GOAT on deck in the building. What's good with it? D-Lo Boxing, what's good? Salute. Listen, all of you all over here, there's obviously non-Tank advocates. This is not a Tank debate. I'm just went over here to tell y'all that the Tank Davis fight with Frank Martin isn't happening. I'm definitely not here to get in a debate on who y'all think about his resume. Because either way it goes, if you had the money that Tank had based off the opponents that he has fought, not said opponents that you feel that's the big names at 140, 135, then who's the smarter fighter? It seems like Tank is still smart to me because he's basically putting away money in his account. Those numbers register different. You can count belts all day long. They don't increase in value. You can count that money and you can get increased value with that, with interest. You can invest that money. You can't go out here and buy property, whether it be residential, commercial, and say, hey, I want to give you my WBA belt as collateral, as a down payment. They said, well, this is worth a dime. Do you have the rest? Come on, man. Hey, if you mad that Loma called out Tank, I think y'all mad because Tank is making more money than Loma, and y'all believe Loma did way more than Tank. I mean, they're both 3-weight world champions. Loma does have more belts. He was unified at 135, right? So I think y'all are upset that he's been able to do it better. He's making more money. He's making more money than Loma. And Loma's a 2-time Olympian, multi-division BF belt than T.O. had, and he would have been undisputed. But he went a different route. Okay. So if the world is asking, okay, if the general public is asking, why don't you just redirect that energy to the general public and go make some signs and protest so you can get Tank to fight a worthy? Why don't you start more? I've been there several times, you know what I'm saying? Start with Baltimore. Make some signs and go in there to BMO and protest what you're telling me. I mean, because you're not going to get any progress here. You know what I'm saying? Go there, protest, stand on the corner, you and some other, unionizers, and just go to goddamn Baltimore and protest for him to fight worthy opponents. You know what I'm saying? Or go down to where his property at. I know he has a property down here in Atlanta. He has a property in Florida. Try it out. You know what I'm saying? Try it out. Go to where his home is at and protest outside his freaking residence. You know what I'm saying? And come up with a chant. We want worthy opponents. We want worthy opponents. You want worthy opponents. Let Tank know how adamant y'all are, okay? If you're not willing to do that, then I don't know why you over here, pouting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You giving me the feeling like off camera, you up there walking around frustrated, typing, standing up. It seems like y'all typing, standing up, frailing your hands side to side. You know what I'm saying? Being mad. like you're going to get me to talk to his team over there at the Rize podcast and say, you know what they was telling me in the chat? They said they want Tank to fight worthy opponents. No, go over there to the Rize podcast. Y'all need to go over there to the Rize podcast, man. Y'all over in the wrong chat. This is the El Chin Checker freaking live stream. All I'm telling you is the fight between him and Frank Martin is off. I guess I'm not my words aren't getting through. You know what I'm saying? Well, if that's something you choose to do, that's up to you. What do you want me to do? I'm not the dang YTC security. Once again, what purpose is it serving for you to explain all this to me? I understand and appreciate you over here, but this stuff right here is just it's irrelevant to anything. All you have to do is go over there and start a protest, man, at the Rize podcast. Jump in their chat, let them know what you're thinking. Go to Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Go down to where, some of these houses he got based off the prize money that he's pretty much won fighting the subpar opponents that you say. Go down there and check out his mansion or whatever he's sitting on. Check out his, them $100,000 plus rides. None of that do nothing for me. That's what he earned. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the Hall of Fame and he chooses to retire, in his early 30s or something like that, then guess what? You might consider him to be a smarter man than you wanted to give him credit for. Because that means he fought the lesser tier opposition, but made more money. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all smarter than that. Come on, man. It don't have to be at the end of the year when y'all get ready for the holiday season for y'all to goddamn act like you know what's going on in boxing. Person's able to circumvent. You got to give him credit for having some type of intellect, right? Somehow, some way, Tank has been able to lock in and make millions. Higher pay scales than fighters who are, I got to get a belt. I got to get a belt. Fighters out here getting unifications. Tank make more than them. Tank is making more than some of these champions combined. Combined per fight. That's all I'm saying, bro. Money don't move. But that's where I'm at with this. You know, at the end of the day, we're gonna see what else comes from it. If there's another opponent, um, at the end of the day, that's how boxing is. It is what it is at the end of the day. Ryan, Javante Davis, rather, he is pretty much, what I'm saying, fought a carefully selected group of fighters and made good money doing it. There's just certain people that's mad that he's able to gross the amount of money he's able to and not fight the fighter that they on here, pleading and begging and protesting for him to fight. The man is a millionaire. He's making millions per fight, but yet they want to demand that he fight this name, that name, this name, that name. But he's still making millions, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's something y'all can focus on. That's something y'all can focus on for the upcoming weeks. Do your homework. You know what I'm saying? Do your homework. Y'all love talking about the same thing for so many minutes and hours at a time. You know what I'm saying? He already went in there and stopped Ryan Garcia. I guess a lot of y'all was going for Garcia, and that upset you that you thought Garcia was gonna do a little bit of damage once he got up from that damn left hand. But he went down from the left hand again, and it was barbecue time because he got them placed that shit right on his ribs. He filleted them ribs real good and put them on the damn grill. He put them ribs on the grill and cooked them. Fight's over. Why y'all ain't talking about that, man? Wasn't that a fight y'all wanted to see? Y'all up here talking about, but he fought Ryan Garcia. Undefeated, gave this man his first loss. Amateur pedigree. Come on, man. Come on now. Moving on, though. I wouldn't dare talk about the heavyweight division. I'm just going to wait till it appears. You know what I'm saying? It's coming up fast in a hurry. I'm telling everybody in the chat, Francis Ngannou is going to beat Anthony Joshua. I'm just letting you know. It's this weekend coming up, okay? Francis Ngannou is going to beat Anthony Joshua. And it's not going to be as difficult as you might believe. You know what I'm saying? So let me do me this favor. Don't go through your usual routine. Don't get all intoxicated and act like you gotta feel. No, I want you to watch this shit sober. Francis Ngannou is about to freaking give Joshua the business. Real talk. He's about to give Joshua the business because boxing right now is looking for somebody like Ngannou to kind of, take over a little bit and be a what you call it, not a prize fighter, but a fresh face, a fresh look. You know what I'm saying? Because he's already got the momentum from facing Tyson Fury, right? And it was a non-title fight, but he knocked him down. So he has momentum going into the Joshua fight. All he has to do is go in here and beat Joshua. You know what I'm saying? And he's about to get paid millions to fight the winner of Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. Now, of course, like I told you all before, no one wants to see Tyson Fury face Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows that. I mean, a lot of people believe that's just going to be a clinic. Tyson's going to lean on him, tire him out, because Anthony Joshua has the lungs of a sloth with asthma. Real talk. So, who do they really want to see? If Francis looked decent this weekend, they're going to want to see Francis fight the winner of Usyk Fury. But what I did here was the rematch clauses. You know what I'm saying? Zhang and Parker has a rematch. Fury and Usyk has a rematch. So I don't know how the Sheik is going to pull this off in between time. Whoever wins, are they gonna go and take a break, or are they gonna do an immediate rematch? Because if they're gonna do an immediate rematch, then that is gonna basically delay Francis Ngannou fighting the winner of Fury Usyk. And I really want to see, that fight. I really want to see it. I would like to see Ngannou get an opportunity to face Fury again in a sanctioned 12-round fight. He would be 1-1 as a boxer. Or even Usyk. Usyk, in my opinion, it just seems like he would be one of those fighters who stay on the outside with Francis, don't want any parts of his power, and just try to box his ears off on the outside, keep him on the end of his jab, and light him up with the combinations when he need to. That's what I see. I know Francis putting a pause on Joshua. Whether y'all like it or not, he putting them pause on Joshua. I know a lot of you cats out there infatuated with Joshua. You have a full-blown life-size picture, right by your shower. You know what I'm saying? You either, when you cut the water off, you make sure you stick your hand under there and then open the curtain and flick some water on the poster to make it seem like Joshua's sweating. I know some of you strange cats out there that's been enamored with Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? You want to live vicariously through him. You go to the gym and you have to check your freaking screensaver sometime. Oh, let me check that. Yeah, there you go, AJ. Wow. Oh, my motivation. Okay. Motherfucker, throw down some pre-workout and get back to work. Joshua's y'all motivation. Y'all been thinking about Joshua like that. But he's getting beat up this weekend. I just want to let you know. He's getting beat up this weekend. Joshua's 27-3-24 right now. And Ngannou in the boxing arena, he's 0-1, right? But make no mistake about it, Joshua will be 27-4. You know what I'm saying? After his fight this weekend, 27-4. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just jot that down, and I'll be here for a post fight. You know what I'm saying? I'll be here to talk about the post fight. Joshua's chin it has a collective group of many items. You know what I'm saying? Really, when it came down to it, you could recycle Joshua's chin. We're talking about confetti paper, styrofoam, plastic. You know what I'm saying? Cardboard. He has all these freaking type of materials in his chin. If they really was dire straits right now and they needed some recyclable plastic and shit like that, they will have to remove his chin and they'll get all the shit they need. For real. You think Francis Ngannou touched Joshua's chin? He ain't going to the canvas? Man, come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Man, you know damn well Joshua's chin is soft. Banana pudding soft. Whipped cream soft. Yeah. Y'all know that. Applesauce soft. Seriously. You know Joshua in the heavyweight division has one of the worst chins in that division. So let's go Francis Ngannou, a.k.a. the Predator. Make it happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. This is going to be nice. Joshua's looking all bulked up as always with a t-shirt on. Look, I ain't mad at Joshua. Joshua got that damn model money, And then for those of you that's in the chat that purchased his freaking personal photos with him modeling underwear and stuff, y'all done gave him some money too. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all can't send no money to my Cash App and donate to the channel, because all your money is going to a full-length Joshua poster. You know what I'm saying? And y'all the type of cats that'll fold that shit up and go to one of his fights and try to get an autograph. Wear some loud colors with some goddamn shit on the front. We love you, AJ. Yeah. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, Frank Martin, You better find a way to keep relevant, big dog. Now that this fight is off, everybody was talking, about you coming back to the ring. They was talking about how you was in fight camp. Fighters always just being deceptive, bro. It made it seem like he was in fight camp, but I guess he was in just a gym to stay ready, man. Real talk. I guess that was it, y'all. They just want to be in the gym to stay ready. And I hope y'all don't take the Jake Paul situation personal. Like, I hope y'all not getting upset that he loves bringing in guys that we look at as being a fighter that's going to bail out. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to, like, we knew Tommy Fury was going to go in there and fight. For some reason, Fury gave me the vibes that, hey, I'm up here representing my family's name. I'm going to go in here and fight. Even though it was sloppy, it was holding, it was goddamn the two-step, man. It was almost like, they were slow dancing, man, off some Keith Sweat. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm saying to myself, he's building up his record and bringing these soft opponents in there. And don't nobody really criticize him in the commentary because he's bringing the money in. Real talk, y'all. I'm not mad at Jake Paul. Get your money how you get it. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, I felt some type of way. I used to call them the Goof Paul brothers. But them brothers are making money. And boxing allows them an open door. You feel me? So if boxing allows them an open door, why am I going to be feeling some type of way about these guys bringing in freaking pizza boxes? You know what I'm saying? Sardine cans. Why am I going to feel some type of way about it? I'm not going to feel no type of way. Come here and make your money. It's unfortunate that Amanda Serrano, she got some hair gel in her eye or something like that. Come on. Y'all was the main event. You got to stay professional, man. Come on, man. Come on now. Man, you got the good hair. You got the good hair, don't care. You didn't need no gel in your hair. You whip it in the ponytail and be done with it. If that was the case. Be done with it. What else? We still waiting on the jury. Okay? We still waiting on the jury on what Crawford's going to do moving forward. Don't have any information on that. Supposedly, rumor mill has it that he may be looking at the winner of Zoo Thurman. That's if that fight happened. Boxing is at a state of confusion. You know what I'm saying? A state of unrest. Because the money is funny and the change is strange, y'all. And believe me, at the end of the day, I don't think the YTC is going to gather a GoFundMe just so, we don't have no diehard fans like that. So I'm going to get some money together so we can kind of do a purse bid to try to get the fights that we want. And we're going to use our GoFundMe. No, it's not going to happen, people. It's not going to freaking happen. Y'all better sit back, be patient, and keep your mouth and head nod straight to the front. Keep your mouth closed and head nod straight to the front. Left hand, left knee, right hand, right knee. Back straight, aye, sir. You feel me? Y'all better learn to stop whining about these fights because boxing has very little direction, man. But I want to give another big shout out to Raymond Ford. You did your thing, bro. I saw he was on IG Live earlier. It was like close to 500 people. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for him. Real talk. He fought a hell of a fight. Down to the wire. And it ain't over till it's over. So if 7 seconds was left to determine, he did it right at that point in time. And he became world champion. Now, the other fights that he's calling out potentially at 130, I like that. There's some good matchups up there at 130. I like that, man. Do it. Do it. If you're having problems cutting weight, move up to 130, man. You know what I'm saying? Fresh legs. Be a bit stronger and collect another belt. Do what you got to do, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. appreciate y'all for pulling up. Yeah, Ford went bonkers, Danny. Ford's went bonkers, man. Let me give Ford some love, man. Shout out to Ford. He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, for real. You don't think Francis wins? You don't think if Francis wins, the next fight won't be Zhang versus the winner of Fury? Will be Zhang versus the winner of Fury? I mean, Parker and Zhang have a rematch. That's why I said what I said. Zhang and Parker have a rematch. Both Zhang and Parker and Fury and Usyk has a rematch. So I don't know who they're going to fight in between. I don't know who they fight, but I just know Al-Sheikh said he would like to see the winner of Joshua and Gunnar fight the winner of the heavyweights. That's what he said. Now, he can make things shake. You know what I'm saying? The Sheikh can make things shake over there. They got that different type of money. So they might have a rematch clause in there. But, however they have their conversations at the table, we might get something else that we didn't think that'll happen right away. They may say, okay, this person, Fury beats Usyk, and Ngannou beats Joshua. Okay, we're gonna hold Ngannou and Fury. We're gonna hold that main event for undisputed. I don't know how they're gonna work that out. You know what I'm saying? Fury get undisputed, and they have a rematch, and Ngannou goes over there. What is it gonna be between them? Is Ngannou gonna have a rematch too? I doubt it. But I guarantee you this: if he freaking beats Fury and become undisputed with a 2-1 record, it's gonna be historic. I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time. I'm gonna bookmark that. When Francis Ngannou beats Joshua, and if he steps in the ring with Fury and beat Fury, his record will be 2-1 undisputed heavyweight world champion. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Picture that now. Picture that. Can you imagine that? He's about to make so much money. He's about to be on every TV show. 2-1. 2-1, and he's an undisputed heavyweight world champion. It'll be unbelievable. You talking about a guy worth big time money. Francis Ngannou wouldn't have to do too much more, man. Seriously, he can vacate the belts and go back to the PFL. His stock has just went up. He was a UFC heavyweight champion. He was boxing undisputed. Now he's going back to the PFL, and he has a fight coming up with a guy who just earned a knockout victory, in which I believe he'll stop him. But you never know. Francis eating good right now. For real. Francis might be eating that tender caribou meat. He might be eating some freaking, some high quality premium, beef over there. He might be eating that old school Overeem, Alistair Overeem, when he was saying he was eating horse meat, bison meat. He get all that money, he may get lazy. He might come in that motherfucker looking like Andy Ruiz did the second time he fought Joshua. But I doubt it, though. He got his people looking behind him. I doubt it. Fury versus AJ. I see AJ just had to run in with Fury's father the other day. People were shocked that AJ was shaking his hand. Look, AJ want to talk. He want to break stuff down. For one, this is AJ. He runs into Tommy Fury. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Fury? For one, I have no problem with you. Two, if I did have a problem with you, I'll speak it out. I'll talk it out for you. Okay. 3, if I had a problem and I talked it out with you and I'm standing in front of you now, what does that say? We're good. Ultimately, in 4, it's business at the end of the day. Anything that I've said to you, you know what I mean? It don't mean anything. It's just talk. It's nothing on a personal level. I don't know you like that. You know what I mean? It'll be all cool. Josh will break that thing down just like he loves numeric bullet points. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a whole hand out to you. I give you my hand. Believe me, man. Mike, listen to me. Believe me. We don't have no problems. Hey, Joshua don't have no problems. Joshua, feels that he's a movie star, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, Joshua would have been in Creed if they felt that they wouldn't have to remediate what he was actually supposed to do. All they wanted Joshua is to lose to Tony Bellew because he's a more familiar face. Lose to Bellew in the fight and go through the finishing sequence. And Joshua kept asking the producers, "Are you sure it's not going to go in my box, Rick?" "No, it's a movie." Tony Bellew, I know who he is. If he beats me, it might be a poor impression of me back home at the local pub. They might say, "Hey, Joshua, how's it feel to know Bellew beat you in a freaking Creed movie?" I never seen that coming, but did it ruffle you up? How do you feel? You know what I'm saying? Man, they be asking Joshua all that shit. Joshua would steadily be over there, sounding crazy. You know what I'm saying? Sounding crazy. Will it go in my box, Rick? If I fight Bellew, will it go in my box, Rick? No, it's not going on your goddamn box, Rick. I'm just checking. Do I have to be clean? Are they gonna do a drug test at the site? It's a movie, AJ. Damn. So they're not gonna test for anything. I don't know if y'all heard either, but Dillian White has been cleared again. Dillian White, in a recent drug test, back then, he has been cleared, and they have found out that his supplements was indeed contaminated. So Dillian White has been cleared. Those of you Dillian White fans, he'll be heading back to the ring for whatever he's fighting, whoever he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? But hey, y'all enjoy yourselves. It's been close to an hour. Shout out to your Monday morning. Y'all be safe out there, man. Much success. Have a wonderful week. And shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. Continue to support the channel, man. I'm out.